the one and only Iron Mike Tyson. The challenger, James Buster Douglas.
Remember the dressing room instructions. Shake hands and good luck, both.
The stage is set. We're set to go. Bob Sheridan here. You see Mike Tyson in the black trunks, traditional, and Buster Douglas. The Buster, if he can hold Mike off, Mike will dispose of him early. That right hand got through. Things that you're hoping for. But honestly speaking, Buster looks pretty good in the early going here. Tagged him yet with a big blow. Look at them as they exchange here in round one. Warning comes about the heads coming together. You saw Mike's head come right in the cheek there of Buster Douglas. As we reach the halfway point, and this is the first round. As that big lunging left hook. He caught Mike. Mike may have taken it on the glove there, but Buster is here to fight. Larry Rosadillo of the United States, Ken Morita of the U.S., and Mr. Uchiha from Japan. Whether he can sustain this. Of course, Mike hasn't crushed Smith, with the exception of Tony Tucker. And one thing noticeable right away here is that Buster is not backing up. Coming up to the closing seconds of this, the first round. Wow! With the right hand is Buster Douglas. Oh, big right hand landed that time. Now the problem is the judges don't see. One thing for sure, he's come to fight.
Okay.
This is as good. Givens, and of course the death of Custom out a good left hook to the body that time and to get through the first round, and that's why Don King has brought this show on the road. Look at Buster landing some shots here. Notice another thing about Buster, some pretty good hand speed. Buster is winning the second round, which is very surprising. Of course, Mike at any time lands that big shot. Midway through the second round, Judge, we're actually talking about Octavio Meyran. Oh, an uppercut got through that time by Buster. And all of a sudden, the big fella executes it. See him bounce the head back again. Buster in at 231 and a half, 11 and a half pounds heavier than is Mike Tyson. And Buster has that history of kind of wearing down as fights progress. He's able to slide back. A lot of that has to do with the height and reach that he has. And Mike comes right back and answers it with a wild left hand of his own. There's the bell, ending right. And at his size, maybe it's a strategy of Aaron Snowell and Mike Tyson to just kind of, make a fight of it through the early going and then catch up with him in the later round. Let's see how it goes here. Round three, Mike looks like he's got the adrenaline flow going. Already has gone further than some of the opponents of Mike Tyson. And of course, styles make fights, and you see, there's Mike missing that big left adjustment into 1986 when he was fighting a lot. Very few fights get to the second round. He scored the first round even and the second round in favor of Buster Douglas. See Mike much more aggressive. That didn't seem to bother him. This is the biggest night of his life. A little bit of swelling and puffiness by that left eye. See the jab followed by the right hand. He's not up on his toes, not shooting out that left as much. Well, there he goes. As I said, he throws the left and the right behind him. And now let's see if Buster can hang on and keep him off. Instead, it's Buster coming back. Now, it's a better fight than we ever dreamed of here in Tokyo. All the world telecasts we've done that have involved Buster Douglas. Mike standing straight in front of him. Look at this, Buster landing some shots. Buster Douglas has landed over 50 punches, and Tyson's landed only 16. You saw land that big left hook, and then he goes headhunting with the right hand, and that's what of the fight to this point. Nice shot inside, other than he really has to now. There's the ability of Buster Douglas again. And that's it. We're in the early moments here of the fourth round in Tokyo. Because they're the tallest guys that I can recall him fighting. You see that punishing body shot with the right hand? You heard about Buster Douglas' mom passed away a short time ago. They tell me again, interesting information. Again, their philosophy may be to try to wear this big guy down. He grabs on and holds. You see right there? Mike comes through, leans to the right, and then throws that left hook. Jose Ribalta that went 10 rounds. And, I suppose... Octavio Meyran, the third man in the ring. He's not able to execute a lot of things. His hands aren't real busy. He's throwing a lot of wide punches. Many of us thought we might not see. Hey, there's a grazing right hand gets through. The left hand again by Douglas, whom they may be to this stage in Mike's young career. Great champions from the guys who were around for a while is how they face adversity. I actually have Douglas winning 2, 3, and 4. And a beautiful arena here where the Yomiuri Giants play baseball most of the time, and we haven't seen any uppercuts from Mike. We haven't seen him dip down. You've seen it so many times before. If 2, 3, or 4 is a question mark, he's winning the 5th round handily. Buster probably has everything going for him. Haven't seen an uppercut yet by Mike Tyson. Can he keep that left going? Oh, well, gee, there's a right hand that gets through. Mike wants to drag this into some later rounds, but there was a real good right hand that landed off the hand. At one stage, I questioned whether that could be the fight plan to drag it into the later rounds, but Buster not showing any signs of wearing down. Coming up to the closing seconds of the 5th, grazed the chin of Buster Douglas, and Douglas answering with loaded up shots of his own as the bell ends. Buster not taking any of the shenanigans from Mike, and that tells you something in itself. Back into the corner of Mike Tyson, and we'll listen this time. Mike just not moving laterally at all. He's standing and making himself a nice target. Japanese crowd of some 35,000 on hand here, enjoying what they certainly didn't expect. Our Buster is going to get right back on top of his game. The real nice guys in the boxing game having the best night of his life. Mike, and look at this, the first 2 big shots and 3 and 4 shots landed, seen by Mike Tyson inside. No. You know, as the rounds go by, look at Buster with the movement. Mike continues to stay flat-footed. Name is actually Octavio Meyran Sanchez. He goes by the last name Meyran. We give a lot of credit to Buster Douglas for making this a big, big fight. Through that time by Buster. Look at this, Buster landing some shots here. With Tyrell Biggs, that Mike, when he decides to pick up the pace, can do it. Any place near Mike, they just tied him up, and it made for a lackluster fight by getting really creamed by that left hook of Mike Tyson. Oh, there's the left hook that got to have the advantages that we have with the replays and the punch stats that's relayed to me, but that this is his night and all of that sort of stuff. But of course, one big shot from Mike Tyson. We're in the closing seconds now. This is the 6th round. Buster has got the confidence of perhaps, you know, you go back to when Octavio Meyran warns the 2 fighters about the heads coming together. His mind is willing. He still has thunder in both hands. And you get the idea now that the adrenaline's pumping here. And don't ever forget that. Wow. That's the great thing about the heavyweights. He's not so tough. And when a fighter believes in himself, right hand behind it. Let's see if we can get back to that. Oh, instead Mike lands, drops that big right hand, but Mike takes it on the gloves, and he backs off Mike again with the left. While with the right hand is Buster. Not intimidated at all. Now, you see what I mean about backing him off? And Mike has got to rebound from this because certainly Buster's having a good time of it to this point. And now you definitely get the idea that Douglas is saying, hey, I can beat Tyson. Might be watching him and giving him just that extra inspiration. And there's got to be a sense of urgency for Mike. I think his corner has told him enough that Tyson did right there, right on top of it, just as I say it. Wow, with the right hand that time is Buster. The way the fight's going to this point, you at least have to begin. Buster seems to have the bounce back in his legs and end this fight. There's the bell ending round 7.
All right, you're down. You're down on the corner. Right hand around here, left hook up here, come back with your right hand. All right, you ain't punching him.
And here we go with the 8th round. And let's see if Mike can sustain what he started in the 7th. Nobody expected us to be in. Look at these shots just loading up by Mike Tyson now. How dangerous can he be? I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. Mike never used to be hit as much as he's been hit in this fight. For the first time that I've seen him in his career. Oh, nice. And he's already throwing more punches than that, I think, in the 8th round. And now you get Mike misses with that vicious left uppercut this time. Expecting to see some fatigue from Buster. Octavio Meyran. Again, you see the jab. I haven't seen Mike in this kind of trouble before of this heavyweight championship fight. Buster looking a little bit sloppy now. Doesn't seem to hurt Buster. He's in great shape, there's no question about it. Look at him pushing Mike off. Mike Tyson with a long history of... Wow, with the left hand is Buster Douglas. Buster looking for that all night. Oh, there's a nice uppercut that time that drops Buster Douglas. The count's up to 2 and 3 and 4. His eyes from where it's up to 7 and 8. And he does. All right. And the bell ends the 8th round. What a round for Mike Tyson. It'll be an uppercut from Mike Tyson that eventually catches him. And that's the Mike Tyson we've been looking for all night. Well, here we go with round number 9. Now let's see if Mike can sustain it. And holding Mike off. And more often than not, he's landed... Oh, look at this shot inside by Mike that time. Having a very tough time of it against James Buster Douglas. We're in Tokyo, Japan. I'm Bob Sheridan. You're watching the heavyweight championship of the world. Thinking the possibility of an upset because I have Buster considerably out in front of my scorecard in pretty good fight. And the fact of the matter is it's Buster that's making it the fight. Buster down, as you know, in the last round. He's down, he comes with the uppercut. Somehow or other, Buster's throwing shots back. Look at this. A couple have landed, but Buster's been able to gobble them up. See, that one just off. Well, Mike Tyson can end all that speculation. And Mike looks like he's really trying to land a big shot. He passed the midway point in round 9, and I expected Mike. Look at this. Look at Buster. I don't know, he got him again. Buster fights back strongly, landing some big shots. And now he can't get careless. Look at this! Who would ever have expected this? And Lackey and others, tonight Buster's got... Look at Mike actually grasping to hang on. Mike missing the shots. Buster loading up the shots now. Back together in the late portion here. Raising left hand, chopping right, misses. Buster trying to finish this thing, and you get an idea Mike is trying to finish it as well. And this is the 9th round that he did in 7 and 8 in his history. When he's got fatigue, has been to buckle, but he's not buckling now. And this is a big surprise. All right, there's the bell, ending the 9th round. Bangs the body back upstairs in the head. Buster doing just about everything right, but Mike landed that big shot in between, but it didn't take a toll on Buster, having the night of his life to this point. Oh, Mike tries to land a big right hand to open the 10th round. Mike wants to finish this thing, and according to my scorecard, he almost needs to. Look how he got a good shot. Well, you can't see it, but I can. Buster can sustain through the 10th round. Oh, right hand landed as the referee was breaking them. Mike misses the uppercut. Look at this. Buster not intimidated. He wants to keep it going. Together as Buster's landing these. Oh, nice uppercut by Buster Douglas. Look at this. He's knocked Mike Tyson down for the first time in his career. Mike Tyson hits up to 7 and 8. He's not gonna make it. Unbelievable! 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 Buster Douglas is the new heavyweight champion of the world.
23 seconds in round number 10. The winner by way of knockout and new heavyweight champion of the world, James Buster Douglas.